Did I get like off the hook? Yeah, clink clink. I said, oh, no. I cannot last in jail, y'all. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Lady Breed. I'm back with another video. Yeah. What's up, y'all? I know my hair looks crazy. I just washed my hair. And I also conditioned it, and yeah, so I'm about to blow dry it because I had it curly. As you can see in my last video, I had it like wavy curls in my hair for like the past couple days, and it just had like a lot of product in it. Right now I'm putting on some heating protector. Ooh. I'm going to be doing my hair and giving y'all a story time on a story, and as you can see by the title, it's about the time I went to jail. So, and I was in jail for 15 freaking hours, the worst day of my entire life. Why I was in jail, the whole nine, how it happened, how I felt, what I seen in the holding cell, like crazy. I would never go to jail again. One time and one time only, period. I wish it was 0, but life be life. I'm to blow dry my hair real quick, and I'm gonna time lapse it, and yeah, I'll catch y'all after I blow dry my hair.
Already made the poke, niggas too scared to go.
Alright, y'all, I'm gonna come back when I'm done blow drying my hair. I'll see you in a second. Alright, y'all, so I'm back. Whew, that took like a long time. My hands is tired. But sorry, I'm trying to fix myself. Yeah, so we're gonna get right into this video. Let me take some of this stuff down. I need to be able to see my hair. So let's get into it. Wait, I gotta text somebody back. Okay. I didn't even text them back. I just read the message. See, that's what I be doing. Like, I really just like, I text back in my head. It was just crazy. The time that I was in jail for 15 hours, I don't even remember the day, actually. Like, I told y'all before, like I told y'all before, I had a DUI, right? The time when my car flipped over and the whole nine at the Overlook, right? So y'all, I had a DUI, and the cop, I went to like the police station or whatever, and the cop took down like all my information, got my license, all that, my insurance, all that stuff. So they took down my information. So as days go by, weeks go by actually, I'm sitting at home like waiting on the mail, like, where is my court paper? I don't even know what the hell that was. Yeah, y'all, hold on, give me 1 second. They would call, hold on. Alright, y'all, my bad. Where I left off, I don't even know. Okay, so yeah, so I was waiting at home, like, where is my court paper at? Like, what's going on? Like, when they going to send it? Because I was getting letters in the mail for, like, you know, attorneys and stuff, like, because I'm like, all right, like, I know for sure I got a DUI because I'm getting letters in the mail from, like, attorneys, like, if you need help with your DUI, you know, contact me, all this other extra stuff. So I'm like, it definitely went through, but like, where is, you know, my court paper at? So weeks went by, months, probably like a month went by, y'all. And I'm like, did I get like off the hook, or like did they forget about me, or like is the court system backed up? Like, what's going on? So I got some information. I found out some information about what my baby's dad had did, and so I was like, man, forget this stuff. Like, I was supposed to cuss and everything, but I'm trying not to cuss no more, or that much. But I was like, forget this. Like, I'm going down to, you know, family division and go file for child support. So I go down there, but like, I could have did it over the phone, but like, it was taking too long. Like, and they were like, if you want to get stuff situated, like ASAP, come down to the office. We're open from this time to this time. So I'm like, forget it. I'm gonna just go down to the family division office downtown. So I get me and my baby dress, and we go downtown. I'm in, like, I asked, like, you know, I go in there, I ask, like, where's the office at and stuff like that. And they're like, well, you can't bring your son in there. You know, he has to go to the little daycare area. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. But I'm already down here, so I'm just like, all right. So I take my son to the daycare area. He ain't want to go, obviously. I take him to the daycare area. They're like, yeah, you go to this office or whatever, and then somebody will be right with you. So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, they just need to hurry up. They need to hurry up. And my son was crying. And the daycare people was like, if your son don't calm down within a certain amount of time, we're going to text you to come get him or whatever. So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, come on. Because, like, my son ain't going to calm down. Like, he don't know these people, like, nothing. So I'm like, they need to hurry up. So they finally called me back there. They're like, Brianna Cager. I'm like, yeah. They finally called me back there. They're talking to me about, like, child support and, like, what I should do. You know, telling me, like, the stuff, telling me the ins and outs of child support, because I didn't know some of the things of child support, like the stuff that they do. So he's telling me the ins and outs. I'm like, okay, I didn't know that. You know, when we went to court last time, you know, they didn't tell me these things, so I wasn't aware. So, like, you know, the little counselor was like, yeah, this is what happens, blah, blah, blah. But, y'all, as I'm sitting in the office with the guy, I keep seeing this sheriff walk back and forth, like, constantly keep walking back and forth. And I'm just like, this is weird. Like, do they usually do this? Or, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, so he just walking back and forth. So I'm like, forget it, whatever. Like, I don't know, this is downtown. Like, this is like a federal building, whatever. So I'm sitting there. The counselor leaves out the room like, all right, I'm about to print up your paperwork and then you good to go. So I'm like, okay. As soon as he says that, I get a text message from the daycare like, your son ain't calming down. You need to come and get him. So I'm like, all right, bet. Like, he's about to print out my papers. I'm about to come get him. So he goes out the office, prints out my papers. Y'all, why did the sheriff come into the office? I was like, are you Brianna Cager? And I was like, yes. He said, clink, clink. I said, oh, no, like, why are you arresting me, sir? Like, no, like, what did I do? I didn't do anything. Like, and so he was like, you got a warrant out for your arrest. And I'm like, for what? Like, what do you mean a warrant out for my arrest? The counselor comes in. I'm like, this is so embarrassing. Like, the counselor comes back in and he's like, yeah, you got to sign this paper. I'm like, dang, can you take these handcuffs on me? Like, I'm trying to sign, like, paperwork and stuff. And he's like, no, you can sign it with your handcuffs on. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. I'm signing the paperwork for, like, the child support stuff or whatever. And, so I signed it or whatever. So he's like, good luck or whatever. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, I'm pissed. So we go across, like, the little sheriff office. It's, like, literally right next to the counselor's office or whatever. So I'm sitting down and I'm like, what am I getting arrested for? Like, what's the warrant for? And he was like, yeah, you failed to appear in court. And I'm like, when did I have court? I didn't get no paper in the mail, no letter in the mail stating I had court. And he was like, yes, for your DUI. Do you know anything about that? I'm like, yeah, I know something about that. Like, I was getting attorney papers in the mail, but I wasn't getting no court paper in the mail. And I was wondering why I wasn't getting no court paper in the mail. Like, I didn't get no court paper. So he was like, well, did you move from your address? And I was like, no. I've been here for 8 years. Like, ain't no reason for me to move. Like, so he was like, well, don't you live at blah, street? And I was like, no, I do not live there. Like, he was like, well, this is what they got on the paper. I'm like, that's the wrong address. Like, literally the wrong address. He was like, all you gotta do is, you know, we're going to take you to jail, and, you know, you'll see the judge. And he was like, you should be out of here, like, out of the jail by, like, late evening. At that time, it was probably like 12:30, 1 o'clock. So I'm like, all right, bet. Well, my son is in the daycare room or whatever, and I need to, like, contact somebody or whatever. So he's like, all right, who do you want to contact? So I'm like, I'm contacting anybody. Like, first person I called was my dad. And I'm like, Dad, can you, like, they ain't send the, I explained everything to him. My dad's like, all right, I'm on my way to come get Malachi. So I'm like, all right. So as they taking me downstairs and stuff, I'm like, do you know if my dad came and got my son and everything like that? And the lady cop was like, oh, that's your son? That was your son? I was like, yeah. She was like, oh, he was crying like crazy. I'm like, why would you tell me that? Like, and I'm about to go to freaking jail. Like, why the hell would you tell me that my son's crying like crazy? Like, that just makes it 10 times worse. Like, so I go down to the jail cell, like, downstairs in the downtown, like, wherever I'm at. Like, I go downstairs, get, like, checked and stuff like that. And he's like, do you have anything on you and stuff like that? And I'm like, no. He's like, listen, like, if you have anything on you, like, just give it to me now. I'm like, I don't have nothing on me. Like, I don't have nothing on me. All I have is diapers and wipes. And they're like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. Like, I'm really about to go to jail. So I get into the little van that they come to come get us or whatever. Y'all, you would think that I, like, murdered somebody the way they treated me. Like, it was crazy. Like, I was like, yo, you gotta put shackles on my feet. Like, you gotta do the whole 9. Like, this is crazy. Go to the Allegheny County Jail. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, yeah, take your shirt off, take your pants off, take your shoes off, empty your socks, like, put this on, put these shoes on. I'm like, I gotta wear y'all shoes? Like, man. Like, I'm just sitting in the holding cell. Like, I really got where they're like, yeah, put this on, put this on. I'm like, oh my God. So, I'm like, yeah, the officer said, like, I'll be out of here, like, late evening. And they're like, who said that? And I'm like, the officer that brought me down here. And they're like, see, I don't know why they keep telling people that, because that's not true. And, like, now we got to deal with y'all because y'all be mad and all this other extra stuff. So I'm like, look, that ain't got nothing to do with me. He said that I'm gonna be out of here. Like, so what's up? Like, they're like, that's not true. It literally takes 12 hours. And I'm like, 12 hours? Are you kidding me, bro? So they're like, go in here, pissing this cup, like, talking to me like crazy. I'm like, oh my God. So I go into the bathroom. I'm like, it's stinking here. Like, there ain't no, like, y'all ain't cleaning here. There's old piss in here. Like, I was like, I will never, like, I cannot last in jail, y'all. I can't. Like, I was like, I will never. They put me into this little holding cell. I'm in there with, like, at that time, it was, like, probably, like, 3 females or whatever. One lady, she was a white lady. She was bawling, like, crying, like, for, like, the past 5 hours, they said. So as soon as I go in there, this freaking dyke girl is like, yeah, if I don't see somebody, I'm gonna beat somebody up in here. I'm like, yo, this ain't that type of party. Like, she's like, I'll beat somebody up in here for me to get out of here, like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this ain't that type of party. Like, I'm gonna sit my ass down on this bench. I'm gonna wait till they come get me. Like, I ain't speaking to nobody, none of that. Like, this ain't that type of party. Like, we ain't about to be up here fighting for you to get out. Like, you're crazy. So I sat my butt down. They're like, what you in here for? Like, I felt like I was in jail. They're like, what you in here for? I'm like, I got a warrant. They're like, oh, for what? And I'm like, a DUI or whatever. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's a bench warrant. I'm like, what that mean? Like, they're like, yeah, you're just going to get OR, you're going to get out of here or whatever. So I'm like, all right, bet. Like, I ain't even worried about it. So after that, I'm sitting there and they're like, you been to jail before? I'm like, nah. And then the little dyke shorty, like, she's like, oh, because you came in here real, like, boom, bang, boom. Like, you came in here real quiet, like, you've been here before. And I'm like, nah, I just came in here. I'm just going to sit here and chill, wait till, you know, one of them little sheriffs come get me in so I can leave. She's like, oh, yeah, because you definitely look like you've been here before. This other girl comes in, like, they're just bringing mass of girls at this point. And I'm just like, dang, like, it feels like everybody just coming to jail today. Cause one girl, she was on her lunch break, y'all. She got pulled over and like they brought her butt in there, and I felt so bad because we was all like, at the end of the day, like we were all like talking and like having a good time, just like making like time go by. Like, it was crazy. Like, we came up with like a game, like a little paper game. It was crazy. I was just like, I couldn't believe that I was in there talking to people, but they were like super cool. Like, I thought it was gonna be like some crazy shit, but like, no, they were like super cool. So then like people that was coming in after me, they were getting called out. Like, they were getting called out to get fingerprinted. And like, once you get fingerprinted, like, you about to go into the next room, and then that's when you see the judge and shit. So I'm like, how are they getting fingerprinted before me? Like, I've been here. Like, this is crazy. Like, asking like the sheriffs that's coming to get other people. I'm like, yo, I've been in here at that time. It was like probably 10 hours. I'm like, I've been here for like 10 hours and like nobody called me. They were saying like the city police takes a long time to send over like your paperwork and stuff. And I'm like, I didn't get arrested by the city police. I got arrested by your sheriffs. Like, I was downtown already. I was in the family division office. So it shouldn't have took that long for my paperwork to get here. Like, so they're like, well, let me check on it. Now this time it's 12 hours. So I'm like, yo, like, I need to get out of here. Like, this is crazy. Like, now it's like 12 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning. So they call me back here. They call me back to get fingerprinted. I'm like, finally? And they're like, yeah, your paperwork been here. I said, yo, how the freak my paperwork already been here? Y'all ain't tell me. Like, y'all ain't come get me nothing. Like, it didn't move at all. Like, it was just sitting there. Like, it was crazy. Just gonna get you fingerprinted and get you out of here. I'm like, well, like, it been a whole day now. I ain't going nowhere now. Like, I'm pissed because, like, I'm scared because my car is downtown. Like, I don't know if my car got towed, like, anything. So they're like, well, if it gets towed, we'll pay for it and all this other extra stuff. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, y'all just be saying stuff. So I get fingerprinted. I go into the other room or whatever. And the crazy part, like, the person that fingerprinted me, he was like, what's your name? So I told him my name. He was like, you related to any Winsteads? And I was like, no. I said, my sister's a Winstead. So I told him my sister's name. He's like, yeah, I know her or whatever. And I was like, yeah, that's my older sister. And so he was like, yeah, you do YouTube and shit? I'm like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. He's like, you're the sister that do YouTube? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, okay, well, we gonna hurry up and get you out of here. So I'm like, and it takes from somebody to know my sister for me to get out of here. And that they see me on YouTube, like, crazy. Like, and they were like, oh yeah, we about to process your stuff right now. We about to do it in like 5 minutes. So they call and they're like, is Cager's paperwork ready? They was saying something, and he was like, I need you to get it moving, like, ASAP. Man, when I tell y'all, I was like, this shit is ridiculous, bro. Like, ridiculous. Sitting in the other room now, waiting to see the judge. So I'm seeing like all the people that was in the other room with me. Like, so I'm like, they're like, you finally made it over here. I'm like, yeah, it was like a freaking game, I swear. This time now it's like 3 o'clock. I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. Like, I didn't sleep. Like, it's cold as hell in there. I'm just super tired. So I'm sitting in there, like, now the room that I'm in now, the new room that I'm in now to go see the judge is super smaller than the room I was in before. Like, while I'm sitting in the room, like in the room before I go see the judge, where I'm sitting in like the bigger holding cell, y'all, why did we see a rat? Like, we were standing on top of the bench, like, yo, we ain't getting off this bench because there is a rat over there. Like, nah, like, bruh, I was so freaking scared. Like, I couldn't wait to freaking go home and take a shower, bruh. Like, I couldn't wait. So they're like, yeah, y'all about to go see the judge right now. So I'm like, all right, bet. We're watching the clock on the CEO's computer and shit. Like, now it's like 3:30, 3:45, swear. So we see the sheriff like bring like our belongings out, like my shoes, my court keys. I see, what else did I see? I think that's all I had. My shoes, my car keys, and then there was something else. I think like my wallet or something. So I'm like, I bet. Like, everybody else seeing their stuff. This one girl, she's like, I don't see my stuff. And I'm like, what that mean? Like, and she was like, usually if you don't see your stuff, then you're going upstairs. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm glad I see my stuff. Like, we put on our clothes, like we put on our shoes and stuff, grab our stuff, put the old dirty stuff that they gave us in like a bin or whatever. So we go see the judge. We sitting there waiting for the judge. Everybody's in one room and the judge is just telling all your business, like, to everybody that's in the room. So they bring the one shorty out that didn't get her stuff. They like, she like, you going upstairs, like, you are not going to be able to see a judge until your court date. I'm like, dang, I feel so bad for her, because she was ready to go home. Like, she was like, I can't wait to go home. So the judge called me up. They're like, yeah, count, like, this is what happened, this is your charges, all this extra stuff. You got court on this day, and if you don't show up, then you're gonna have a warrant out for your arrest. You ain't getting out until you see a judge. And I'm like, yes ma'am, yes ma'am, bye. But yes ma'am, got my paperwork. I was like, bye. I left. It was like 4:30. Then you go into this other room. Like, after you see the judge, you go into this other room. That's where you can make a phone call. I called my dad, like, I'm about to leave, I'm about to get out, I'm about to see my car's there, and I'm about to be on my way home. We walking out the door, and I'm just like, yo, I'm free. It's 4:30 in the morning, but I'm free. So I'm walking to my car, I'm like, oh, my car is still there, oh, my car is still there. Thank God it was still there. No ticket, thank God. So I could turn on my phone, y'all, my phone was booming, like, boom, man, like, why are you not calling me back? Like, all this crazy stuff. I'm like, y'all don't even know. I was in jail for 15 hours. Y'all don't even know. Like, y'all, I went to go pick up my son, talk to my dad for a little bit, leave my dad's house, go to my house, my son sleep. I put him in his bed, y'all. I hopped straight in the shower, cut off my band, hopped straight in the shower, and smoked and went to sleep, y'all. Gotta go back to court to like handle it all. This will be like the final court date. And yeah, so like I'm saying, don't be me. Like, handle your business. Like, if you know you got a DUI and nothing's coming to the mail, go handle it like ASAP. Don't wait. It just makes it longer, and it just doesn't look good. Don't wait. Don't drink and drive, y'all. Like, it's really wild out here. Like, just don't drink and drive. Like, it's not worth it. It's not worth you losing your license. It's just not worth it. I'll be back after my hair is fully done, because I know y'all want to see like the finished product. So I'll be back. Let me finish up my hair, my leave out, and I'll be back to y'all in a second. Alright, y'all, so this is the finished product. Period. Period. Yeah, laid, fresh, middle part, bust down. And yeah, so like, comment, and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for tuning in. If you're a new subscriber, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, And yeah, so like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Comment on like any other videos that you want me to do. I got a lot of stuff that I want to tell y'all. So it's going to be story time after story time after story time. Maybe when I'm eating or talking to y'all about anything and it just comes up. So yeah, I love y'all, and do not drink and drive. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in my next video.